Hi guys, this time I'm going to look at dynamic NAT. I hope you would have watched the static, and this is going to be pretty simple. Now, as usual, you must have got the basic design up with all the router array, and this time I'm using a class C. The companies usually use class A, and then when they get out, they use class C as IP address, right? Most of the organizations use class C as a legal or public IP address, so they maintain class A for their local as private IP addresses, right? Now, let's quickly go through the configurations. Okay, let's all right, let me just show IP interface brief. Okay, everything is fine. Yep. Now, the first step is IP NAT. Okay, and you must mention. Okay, before that, I'm sorry. Go to config T, IP NAT. This is a range of IP addresses you can mention, right, for your public IP. So in this case, I'm using 192.168.10.3 up to 192.168.10.254. Okay, and the net mask is 255.255.255.0. Now that's the first line, but something seems to be missing here. What is wrong? 192.168, and IP NAT pool. Oh, right, there is a syntax error here. IP NAT pool and the name of the organization, for example, XYZ company, right? Yeah. So that's the syntax. So IP NAT. So this is just to mention the range, and this is the usually organization's name, and then the range of IP address .3, okay, up to .254, because I'm using .1 and .2 over here. So these two are reserved IP addresses. So eventually start from .3, right? Now that's step one. The step two, you go to invoke the access list. Okay, so I'm going to use standard one. You got to permit all the private IP addresses. So the network ID is indicated as 10.000, and then you go to follow with the wildcard mask. We call that for class A is 000.255. Okay, so that is step two, and step three is IP NAT inside source, and then you're going to mention the list of, okay, that is obviously this list here represents, and the number is 1, and pool, and finally what is the name of the organization here? We mentioned I believe XYZ, right? XYZ, let's cross check. Yeah, XYZ. Okay, so it's done. So that's step 3. So now once it is done, call your interface. All right, call your interface, and you must say this is IP NAT inside. Okay, that's your internal network, and then you got to call your serial interface. All right, and here is IP NAT, which is outside. Right, that's it. So now let's test whether everything seems to be okay. So I'm going to use the server here, and I'm going to ping the IP address 10.0.0.1. Yes, you can see here the reply is from 192.168.10.3, which is obviously translated. So now let's try the other host, 10.0.0.2. Let's see what IP it's being translated. Okay, now I see .4. So that means the translation, obviously it works perfectly. All right, so I hope you understand the importance of NAT is actually to convert all the private IP addresses into public IP address, right? So an organization doesn't need to provide a legal public IP address for every client. Okay, so I hope you understand NAT, and okay, so probably the next one I might, if I have time, I look at PAT, port address translations. With that, Bye bye.